It took me 25 years in business to learn these 5 truths. And the fourth one is where most sellers lose deals without realizing it. Most people spend their entire careers figuring out these things. Let me save you the time. Truth number 1. Manipulation destroys trust. See, early in my career, I saw business the way most people still do. If you're persuasive enough, you say the right things, or if you push at the right moment, you can make people say yes. But after years in business, I noticed something strange. The harder someone pushes, the more pullback. I've seen buyers lean back in their chair. People can tell when someone is trying to pressure them. Even if they can't explain it, they can feel it. And when trust disappears, your influence disappears too. Here's the truth. Manipulation might work for a moment, but it destroys trust. Real influence doesn't come from pressure. It comes from being aligned and working toward the same goal. Now, here's something interesting. The second truth is where most sellers got into trouble. Truth number 2. Never sell past the close. I would say about 15 years ago, I learned this lesson the hard way. I'd spend weeks trying to get a meeting with a buyer. The meeting went well. Then the buyer said the words every seller wants to hear. This makes sense. Let's move forward. The deal was basically done. But then something happened. My manager, who had been quiet the whole meeting, jumped in. He started talking about more features, more benefits, more reasons to buy. And I watched the moment change. The buyer leaned back, paused, and said, "Actually, let me think about it." That deal never came back. And that's when I learned something important. When people make a decision, their brain starts looking for proof that the decision was right. But if you keep selling, you can create doubt. And doubt slows everything down. Here's the truth. When the buyer says yes, the smartest thing you can do is say nothing. Truth number 3. Likability doesn't close deals. Early in my career, I thought something many sellers believe. If people like you, they'll buy from you. But over time, I saw something different. Maybe buyers liked the seller and still didn't buy. Why? Because business decisions are not just about feelings. Liking starts with the good feeling, the good emotion that people have towards you. People think about risk, most importantly. They think about value. Being liked helps, but it doesn't make the decision for them. Here is the truth. People don't just buy because they like you. They buy when the decision feels safe and smart to make. Truth number 4. Desperation kills deals. The deals I wanted the most were often the ones I lost. At first, I thought it was just bad luck. But after a while, I realized something. People can tell when you really need the deal. They can smell the commission breath. And when they feel that, the situation changes. You stop looking confident. You start looking desperate. Here is the truth. The moment the buyer feels you need the deal, you lose your advantage. Confidence pulls people in. Desperation pushes them away. And the last truth took me the longest to understand. Truth number 5. Emotional control and ego. Early in my career, I took things personally. If I lost a deal, I felt like I failed. If someone criticized my work, it felt like an attack. And in meetings, I often felt the need to prove I was right. But over time, I noticed something. The moments when I made the worst decisions were the moments where my ego was involved. When ego takes over, we stop asking what is actually true. Instead, we start trying to defend our position. And when that happens, good judgment starts to disappear. Here is the truth. The moment ego enters the conversation, good judgment leaves it. The people who succeed in business learn something important. They pause before reacting. They care less about being right and more about understanding what is true. Because the person who can step back, stay calm, and think clearly is usually the one who makes the best decision. After 25 years in business, here's what I've learned. Business is not a game of tactics. It's a game of human behavior. And the people who understand that win. Which of these truths took you the longest to learn?